the evening. You know the vibes. You are rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle, the news by Shanewz. Episode 2. You see, we in the spot. I got the nice private one tonight. Um, I'm gonna get to delivering the goods to y'all. Told you we are trying new things, right? Still a little under the weather, but we're gonna, we gotta give you the business, right? And I want to say shout out to Mr. Gumbo for the $5 donation earlier. You kind of motivated me to get up in here because with that $5, I definitely can throw that towards the rent, right? Because when you see me recording here, just know that this is not free. We are paying a fee. So shout out to you, Gumbo. Appreciate that donation. Every little bit counts. But we have, some topics tonight. Like we will look. When I'm at the desk, I come with the producer notes. So we're gonna get to these topics. Let me just get, me media marketing guru. Let me get my background up. Throw the background up, man. Throw my logo up, of course, right? Always marketing, right? There we go. That's better. But I got a couple topics. A lot. You know what I like about a day like today, when you actually have authentic boxing activities taking place. You can come on here and give out information. You can come on here and speak on boxing, current events, or Twitter trending events, things of that nature, right? Like with the press conference, we get to that. Ryan Garcia gave us a lot of content to talk on in regards to his interaction with Oscar and Bernard and Derek James's reaction and stuff like that. It gives me stuff to talk on, right? The highlight. Also, Devin Haney, the whole vacating of the belts, look when he does it, right? But, we get to that, and they always talk about guys publicity stunting and doing things for attention. We'll get to that. Also, Tank Davis's tweets and stuff. A lot to unpack, right? So, like I said, I shout out to Gumbo for motivating me to get in here and deliver the sauce. But first, let me throw up my page as well. We always branding over here. Everything is about branding and marketing. If you don't know me, I wish I would have had my CMOS, but unfortunately, I bust that down. I would have promoted my Moss. But I do have it on the page. All right. Now the first things first. Let me put Michael Benson up. Right. Let's see. He should be on here. Is he? Yes, Michael Benson right here. That way, you guys could actually get a feel for what I'm speaking on. Yes, here it is right here. And you know how we do, right? You know how we do now. Look, we are learning to, maximize the coverage, right? So what I'm going to do is get my headset on, right? Hopefully y'all are still hearing me loud and clear, right? But you know what I can do? I can come over Okay, how y'all hear me? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh yeah, that's great. The audio was with these headphones on. The audio was excellent. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, right? Um, I'm gonna play the audio through my phone. All right. So you can get a feel of what I'm going to speak on. But this is from the press conference, right? Now, leading up to this, you know, a couple of statements have been made in regards to Ryan Garcia and his career and moving forward, things of that nature. So Ryan, when got on the podium, um, he let guys have it. But let's get to it, and then we're gonna break it down. The news by Shanewz. Damn, three people came in and out quick, huh? You know, y'all don't like the setup, huh? It's looking too professional over here now, huh? Y'all jumped in here and jumped out, right? But being that y'all did that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share this real quick. Y'all jumped in and jumped out, huh? Y'all said, damn, this guy's really turned the page, huh? But y'all. I hope y'all didn't think that I was just going to salute to Bruce Gas, first one in the building. Let me pin your comment, Bruce. Appreciate you stopping through. Smash the like button, OG. Let me share this with a couple people. Let them know I am live and direct in the flesh. All right, man. 2024 is going to be a big year blogging for me. I already see it, man. Because like I said, the habits the habits are here already. Like it's all about habits and getting in a routine. And you see, I'm in my routine now. You know, I didn't come on Tuesday, right? Because we had what I use as my thumbnail tonight, the award ceremony for my daughter, which I am super proud of, right? But what did I do? I followed up with a fire live, right? Um, and I'm here now. I'm on deck now. As you can see, I leave one job and come to one. One on one, one off, right? So we're gonna start out with Ryan Garcia, cause look, producer notes here, right? All right, let's start out with Ryan. I think I shared that with enough people. I think I got it out to enough people. Hold on. Just want to make sure. Uh, uh, sharing is caring, man. Get it to as many people as you can, right? As many as you can. The Toaster. He's the supporter, right? All right, here we go. So Ryan Garcia, right? Let me play the audio, and we'll get into that right now. Ryan Garcia's press conference today. He has a tough fight this Saturday night, right?
28 years in the ring. I believe I got some credibility. One thing about boxing, and I close with this, it will call your bluff.
That's the
Ryan
truth.
Garcia. Ryan. Man, a couple things I want to touch. You know, one thing that's been on my heart is the statements that Bernard made, where he'll decide if I'm going to finish or if I should continue boxing after this fight. He don't decide that. My coach does, my team does, everybody that, you know, grinds with me day in and day out, that's who decides, and ultimately God decides, not him. Nobody was
Yo,
telling
watch
him when to
Oscar
stop
De La
boxing.
Hoya's
You know, he
reaction.
stopped boxing at 45, so kudos to him, but he don't determine that.
Watch
Another thing
Oscar
I
De
want to
La
touch on
Hoya's
is, you know, Oscar saying that, you know, we
reaction is
misinterpret,
priceless.
you know, what they say. It's plain English. I didn't hear anybody speaking
Look
any
at
English
Oscar's
until now.
reaction.
So, you know, it's very clear to me that, you know, they're backing this guy to beat me just like they thought was going to beat me. He was the next Filipino star. They saying he's the next Mexican star. And, you know, he also said that, you know, he calls out on the bullshit, the lies. Man, last time I checked, he said he never lose to a white boy, and then Joe Smith Jr. knocked him out of the ring. Last time I checked, Joe Smith Jr. was white. So, you know, they be lying. So at the end of the day, you know, I'll come to show what I bring, and I'm laser focused, and that's where this confidence comes from. Thank God for everything, and all praise to the Most High, Jesus Christ. Thank you. I mean, me, I've been 28 years.
All right, let's stop. Let's go into that, right? And I'm gonna, as I go into my speaking points, I'm gonna check them off. So, as just seen there, right? Ryan was heated, to say the least, right? He felt that they are picking his opponent, which may be the case, right? Because this is boxing. If you know anything about boxing, the game does play that way. But he stated that, right? That his promoters are backing his opponent. So maybe that's why there was some form of hostility, right? Um, being that he's supposed to be their star fighter, right? He's been on record just saying that he's the only star over there since they lost Canelo, and you know Virgil Ortiz is on his way back, but it's the Ryan Garcia show, right? At De La Hoya, well, Golden Boy Promotions. Um, Oscar's reaction. I loved Oscar's reaction because the way Oscar, when he said Oscar's name and the stuff that I just highlighted, the fact that Oscar and them were going against him, right? Remember, I highlighted that. He said that they were picking his opponent to beat him. It's like they picked against him before. So these are things that he is focused on, right? And then you add to the fact that he feels slighted by the comments of Bernard Hopkins and his career. But then I want to get to this about his career. He said that will, you know, who decides that? His coach, his team, and you know the people around him. A thing that I picked up on, and let me check off that now, right? Producer notes. His coach, Derek James, after Ryan exited the podium, when you rewatch this, because I know I'm pretty sure you guys are going to rewatch it, because I'm giving you the source. His coach was like this, head down in his phone. When Ryan was up there and finished his whistling, everybody else is clapping. The coach, who he said, was like this. Now, I'm highlighting that because this is a common move by Derrick James when his fighters seem to go off the ranch. Let's use that since they're in Texas, right? Isn't this fight in Texas? Texas has a lot of ranches. So when the fighter goes off the ranch, Derek, as he did with Charlo and Canelo, when Charlo started calling out Terrence Crawford,
Derek did it like a pume, like he kind of exited out. Like, let me see, let me exit out the camera, right? You see how I moved out of the camera, right? That's what Derek sort of did when Charlo called out Crawford. I kind of picked up that same vibe here. After Ryan was done with his speech and getting at De La Hoya and Bernard, Derek was like this. Now, me personally watching that, I say to myself, is Derek all the way in with you? The air is very dry down here. Is Derek all the way in with you? You know, these are things that I pick up at the news desk. You know, the news by Shanewz. Um, Bernard, he calls out Bernard for being a liar, right? Um, Stating the fact that Bernard said that he would never lose to a white boy and got knocked out by Joe Smith. I remember that. Remember that was the forum in LA. Joe Smith did knock him out the ring and he hurt his shoulder. Joe Smith became a champion that night. But it's like, I say all that to say this, right? Ryan Garcia, to me, right? Look, and this fits right now what I'm speaking on, because look, I have on my work uniform. As a union guy, right? And Ryan will be considered a union delegate, right? Uh, Golden Boy Promotions will be considered the machine, or you know, the the people in power. As a union guy, the people in power, De La Hoya and Bernard, Ryan Garcia is coming off right now as a disgruntled employee. Granted, he is an independent contractor, but they are his promoters, so it's like they work together. He is disgruntled. Are you guys following that? There's four of you guys in here. Feel free to comment and let me know that I didn't lose you with what I'm breaking down about Ryan and this press conference. He came off as a disgruntled employee. Are y'all following that? Before I could go on, I'm not gonna go on if I lost you guys. If I lost you guys, I will break it down more what I mean by disgruntled employee. You know, just let me know. This I got time for that. You know, this is, you know, I got this is my slot time right now. I'm on the clock, but we are good. It's the 18-minute mark. I got a couple more topics to touch. So, like I said, when I'm here, I'll break it down to you. Real professional. You know, real professional. So, yes, he's a disgruntled employee right now. He's going against the powers that be. He's claiming that they want him to lose. Now, this could be the case. This could be the case. But Saturday he has a chance to throw it in their face. Saturday night. But man, I would have loved to been at, what is this, in San Antonio, right? Man, I would have loved to been there live and direct, because the air had to be a little just, awkward, because you're going at your promoters, right? And I'm pretty sure the guys there would definitely have some more source to cover on this later on. But overall, the press conference, I want to say this, right? Let me check this off now since I'm getting to that, right? I want to say what Ryan did to me right now. I'm summarizing this up. As an independent contractor, which he is, I just want to say that Ryan taking a stance where he did, because I was speaking with people. I'm like, they're like, some things you could do behind closed doors, right? When it comes to this, it's tit for tat. Oscar, Bernard, more so Bernard statement that they tried to clean up and say that the team interpreted wrong was a public statement. So by Ryan doing this in a public setting, press conference, it's tit for tat. That's the cloth that I'm cut from. Could they have handled it better? Yes, but you could just see right now they're not on the same page. It was at Houston, Texas, I think. Okay, it's not in San Antonio. Thank you for that correction. Shout out to Toby in the building. Smash the like button. Appreciate you. So Toby said this was in Houston, Texas. I thought it was San Antonio. Okay, so he's in Houston. Houston. Houston, Texas. Shout out to the 5th Ward. Houston. Houston, Texas it is. That's a big city. Hopefully he's selling tickets, right? Okay. Well, like I said, tit for tat. Me personally, the way I conduct myself in business, I'm not mad at Ryan. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm pretty sure prior to them doing this, they might have talked, but it doesn't seem like it, right? How that came off, how that came out. Because sometimes when you talk before you go live like this, or you do the press conference, you might can iron it out, but it's obvious they did, right? Is that a fair assessment? If they did, Ryan was like, y'all don't give a fuck. I'm still clapping y'all. I'm still getting back at y'all. Because he went up there and he went off. But shout out to him. We might return back to this. I want to get to Stunt 101, right? Devin the Dream Haney, right? Devin Haney and a lot of his YouTube sideshow niggas, right? Respectfully, his YouTube, narrative pushers, they always highlight everybody else for doing things. But when the shoe fits over there, these guys seem to forget. Devin Haney and Bill, they be quick to say other fighters do publicity stunts. And you remember Shakur Stevenson? It was a publicity stunt. I think Devin Haney pulled a publicity stunt. And I'm going to tell you how he pulled his publicity stunt. Devin Haney, the videos are all out there, right? Let me start checking off my speaking points now, because I'm going into the first one. Devin Haney was on record. He might have even been at the Top Rank facility, and he said for 135, if he wanted the Tank Davis fight, especially, that's a big money fight. If it makes sense, he'll come back to 135. Devin Haney had just vacated all of his belts at 135. But more importantly, the statement that I just made that he made about going to 135 and, fighting if it made sense. He has came out now and stated, well, they stated this last week, but they are more so standing on this and reiterating this, the fact that, let me check this off because I'm getting to some more source, that after defeating Regis the 9th, they want to go up to 147 and capture another belt, thus making them a 3-division champion. Now, I say this, right? Today is November 30th. Why wait till the 30th? About 10 days, a little over a week before your fight, to really start announcing all of these things. Stunting 101, publicity stunt. Because you first informed your fans and you had your radicals, your idiots, respectfully, pushing all kind of, whatever they push. Instead of pushing your fight, they're pushing everything else. But now you vacated everything down there. Stunting 101, publicity stunt. right? Now, when other fighters do these type of things, your father, who is a great manager and a just overall, he knows how to stir shit up and make a smoke screen, would have called this a publicity stunt, right? Because when Shakur and other guys called you out, it was a publicity stunt. So why isn't this a publicity stunt for you vacating your belts a week or 10 days before you're fighting? It's for you guys in here. What do you guys feel about that while I check off these speaking points? Because I got one more to get to on Devin, the Dream. You know, I got one more to get to. How do y'all feel about that? Tope said, you might be right, Shot, but I heard Ryan say it was Houston in an interview. Well, we can look it up. You know what, Tope, while I wait for y'all to soak in what I just said about Devin, I will look it up. You know, we do professional business over here. Let's look it up. Let's see where his fight is at. Cause I got one more. I got one more I want to get to. I got one more I want to get to, and this one is gonna shake the building up a little bit. You're right. You are right, Toby. See, that's why you always get an executive producer credit. It is at the Toyota Center in Houston. See, I said San Antonio, but I know you are a reliable guy. There it is. Correct. They are in Houston. But let me get to my last Devin Haney point, and you guys are going to be mad at me for bringing this up. But one thing about me, I keep my producer notes when I sit down and I conduct professional business. Like I said, I'm in a spot right now. This is professional business. Devin Haney moved up to 140 for this fight. Now, I remember there were talks when Devin was going to move up. And I'm only bringing this up because, me, this is what I do, right? Some might say this is a petty move, but I say this is more so a move of I pay attention. Who was Devin Haney's strength and conditioning coach for this fight? He moved up to 140. Remember the LDBC, yes, the famous YouTube boxing promotion company. They was making a push for a guy to work as a strength. I got my producer notes here, y'all. Know me, I work. I do this, right? Don't let this fool you. You should be more in tune with this, because you can't judge a book by its cover. See, this is the cover, but you got to read the book to really know me, right? But who was Devin Haney's strength and conditioning coach? Was it Blu-ray Fitness by any chance? Was it Blu-ray Fitness? I remember them always saying when he moved up, they was going to get Blu-ray. They was going to work with Blu-ray. Is he working with Blu-ray? Does anybody know? There's 4 people in here. Please, don't be over here just ear hustling. One thing about me, when I give you the source like this, all I'm doing is just showing you a different side of me. I'm showing you the talker side, but the actual make sense side. Did Devin Haney work with Blu-ray Fitness for this camp? Was Blu-ray called in? Because remember, that was a big push. I'm not going to pull none of the stuff up, but I could if I wanted to, because it's out there. Did he work with Blu-ray Fitness? Going once. Going twice. Yes, that is Earl's coach. The 13 victories or 11 straight knockouts. Yes, that Blu-ray. Did he work with Devin? Devin moved up to 140. And I'm only asking this because maybe if he didn't work with him now, when he goes to 147, he could bring him in. If he didn't bring him in for 140. But wasn't that always one of the plans from the LDBC promotion guys? Thank you, Bruce Gas. Bruce Gas said he's cooking dinner. I know you in here listening. I appreciate that, Bruce. Thank you so much. That goes a long way. Just listen. But did he work with Blu-ray? He made the jump to 140. See, I pay attention to things. Observe. I observe things. I don't know. I don't know either. That's why I'm asking. See, you see how I come on here and ask. That's considered the intelligent thing to do, right? When you don't know something, like, all right, let's. You know what? I'll come back to that. I'm going to circle that. Look, I am going to circle that on my producer notes. We can always return back to that. But I'm going to shift a little gears right now. Earlier, I reported on the fact that a couple of PBC fighters were fighting on local cards. I got the short out there on this. I was able to get in contact with somebody. I am not going to disclose who out of professionalism. But when I asked some questions as to how this is working, I was informed that they have been granted permission to fight on these local cards. Now, I'm only speaking on this because this coincides with, shout out to Raging Babe on Twitter, what she informed me about. And now, like I said, getting the check off from a PBC affiliate fighter, coach, whoever you want to slice it. This is what it is. So they are being granted permission. Granted. You heard the word I used. Granted permission to fight on other cards, but they are still with the PBC. So I did tell you I was going to get to that. I wanted to let me check that off. So I covered that, right? And like I said, we could revisit if Blu-ray worked with Devin, because Devin did move up to 140. Because remember, that was the push by LDBC Promotions at one time. We'll get back to that. Let's get to Tank Davis's reaction, right? Let's go to Michael Benson's page again. Right, let's stick with Michael Benson. Let's stick with Mike. I know y'all gonna probably talk shit and say, "Oh man, you got old meat, you got that white man shit up there." I'm just, you know why I got his stuff up there? Because this is the source right here. If I'm gonna come on here, I'm not like these other guys, right? If I'm gonna come on here and speak on something, right, and I'm at my desk in a professional setting, I'll pull up the source. Where a lot of these dudes will be like, "Oh, the source has said no." This is the source right here, not Twitter. Michael Benson's IG. Okay. Now, this goes into what we was just speaking on, right? So you have the belts being vacated. Everybody's reporting on this. Look, producer notes, right? Everybody is reporting on this, right? That Tank Davis, who was a WBA regular, is about to be upgraded to the super, which will make him an email champion as well. But as you can see, Tank Davis's response. Gervonta Davis reacts to the news that he will be upgraded from WBA regular belt towards WBA lightweight world champion after Devin vacates. I don't want that shit. I got a short out there on that. How do you guys feel about that? There's 3 in here. He says, I don't want that shit. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. Tank Davis doesn't want it. You know what that leads me to believe, right? Let's start checking off the Tank Davis topics now, right? By Tank Davis not wanting the belt, right? Because that's what he stated. I don't want that shit. Those belts never held no significance to him, because you see the type of money he garners without the belts. You see the type of following he carries, social media, selling out arena without the belts. Devin Haney became undisputed champion. I'm checking off my speaking points now. Devin Haney was the man as far as with the belts, the straps. But yet, Devin Haney is still chasing after Tank Davis. Is that a fair assessment to say? He was chasing after Tank Davis, right? Because who is the man? Tank Davis, right? Not Devin Haney. Devin Haney had the belts. And look, this is another speaking point. This is the Tank Davis, but it's tied in with Devin Haney too. Devin Haney last week, remember this, right? Said that he was the face of boxing. I spoke on it a little bit, but I held off. I'm going to go more on it now. Who is talking like a face of boxing? Devin Haney or Tank Davis? When you are a face of boxing and you are about to be upgraded to a world champion, which is the highest level you can achieve as a professional prize fighter, and you say, I don't want that shit. Is that face of boxing type talk? Because you're saying, I don't even need it. I don't need it. Because that's basically what he's saying, right? In a nutshell. I don't need it. I don't want that shit. I don't need it, right? But hey, what do I know, right? The news by Shanewz. But so apparently they are going to upgrade Tank. He's going to be the WBA super. Now, you guys are going to be mad at me for this, but this is in my producer notes as well. I got to add this in since we are speaking about 135, right? They thought I forgot about you, but I'm still going to talk about you, my guy. Shakur has the WBC, right? Producer notes. Shakur Stevenson, right? WBA will be Tank Davis, even though he doesn't want that shit, but that is what the talks are, that he's going to be upgraded, right? Pay attention to this now. The IBF, they're talking that Loma and possibly George Kambosos, right? This is the right? Fighting for the IBF, right? George Kambosos, which leaves the WBO. But more importantly, let's break that back down for y'all, right? Because I want y'all to catch where I'm going with this, right? So now that Devin has vacated, right? And hear me out right now, please hear me out. You know, we are giving you guys the business, right? So Devin, right, has vacated. Shakur has grabbed the WBC. The WBA will go to Tank Davis on the upgrade. The IBF, Lomo versus George Kambosos, possibly the WBO. But what happened to Frank Martin? See, producer notes right here. Is Frank Martin going to slide into the WBO slot? Remember, Frank Martin had a chance to fight for the WBC, right? I believe he was ranked in the IBF, but as I just read off, the IBF, Lomo, and George Kambosos. Is Frank Martin going to get the WBO? See, these are in my notes. These are questions. This is a question. Please feel free. Somebody help me out. Is Frank Martin going to fight for the WBO? Because remember, when the Shakur Stevenson shit fell through, this is what they were saying, right? Remember this? That's what they were saying. So let me circle that off. I'm done with that speaking point. Is the sauce too spicy tonight, man? What's going on, man? Is the sauce too spicy tonight? Y'all don't come on. We're talking boxing. We're talking boxing, man. This is what we talk on the internet, right? And I'm asking boxing questions that make sense. The three topics that I just ran down, I think they pretty much made a lot of sense. What do you think, man? What do you think? Especially that one right there. Speaking on Tank and what Tank said, right? Speaking on what Tank said, let's go back to Ryan, right? Let some of that marinate in, right? Let some of that marinate in, right? We'll go back to Ryan now. Oscar De La Hoya reacts to Ryan Garcia firing back at him and Bernard Hopkins at their press conference today. I have to say that I am really concerned about Ryan's state of mind, considering his history of mental instability, which he documented himself. His current erratic behavior shows he clearly not focused on Saturday's fight. You won't take my calls. Ryan, I hope you're okay. Let's go back to that now, right? I want what I just said to marinate in, right? What did I call Ryan Garcia, y'all? I said a disgruntled employee. How is Oscar sounding right there? Oscar's sounding like the powers that be. That's what they do. You see how he's shifting it to make it seem like Ryan is not in his right state of mind, which we don't know, and we pray that he is, but I think he is. I think he's just, he's what I broke down earlier. But you see how Oscar already flipped the script. That's Oscar's tweet. Y'all catching that, right? But let me see what you said, Toe. What'd he say? Maybe the WBO. He said maybe the yeah, right? So Frank Moore's going to be left out in the cold, right? Is that fair to say then, Toe? Because that might be Neverate, right? Neverate might move up and fight for that, right? Could come up and fight for that. Neverate. I was thinking the same thing, but I don't want to speculate. We'll just wait to see what plays out. I just want to know where Frank was going to be at. Frank, man, it's not too late. 6%, buddy. 6%. The News by Shanewz. He said Bob could hold on, Toe. hold on. 6%, Frank. 6. You're at 6. Double up, right? Bob could do that and get another belt back with Top Rank. Yeah, Top Rank's going to be in control of 2 of them already. The WBC and the IBF. Bob is a clever dude. The WBO, whatever Bob orders, right? That's what they be saying. What Bob orders. What Bob orders. WBO. What Bob orders. All right. While some of this marinates in, let me get to another topic. And I got my producing notes. I want to get to this one right now, right? So, I'm not gonna stay on it long because I put a short out on it, right? Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull the short up. Jihad Tucker's name was brought up and being developed, how he was developed as a fighter in regards to Brian Norman Jr. I want to say this. Brian Norman Sr., I'm still waiting on your phone call. You called me a fuck ass. You got to explain that to me, but, we'll cross that road when you make the phone call. But you're talking about Jihad's development and Shushu Carrington and Abdullah Mason. Let me correct you real quick since I'm a fuck ass. So now let me put on a executive hat. Your son, as you stated on, I got my producer notes here, on the Boxing Voice interview with Ness, turned pro when he was 17. Abdullah Mason, shout out to Abdullah and his father, Vieta, and Mason brothers. turned pro as well at 17. So did Jihad. Developmental. They turned pro on Top Rank. They are still, one is 19, one is 20. Your son turned pro at 17, as you stated on the Boxing Voice, but you fought a lot of fights in Mexico. Senior, aka calling people fuck ass. Whose problem or lack of development is that? You, by turning your son pro at 17 and having a whole bunch of Mexican fights, or you, fuck ass? See, you had 3 fights on Top Rank. You got over 20 something professional fights. You're saying you're still in developmental stages? How? Fuck ass. But you called me a fuck ass. But when I watched the Boxing Voice interview, that's all I got from you was a fuck ass. You're 26 and 0, and you're comparing your son to Abdullah Mason, Jihad Tucker, Shushu Carrington. Guys who maybe 10, 11 fights, 12 fights. You're 26 and 0. So who's really the fuck ass? I'm still waiting on your phone call. We're not going to stay on you that long. But I just wanted to just get that out. The news, Bashar news, development. You're 26 and 0. You're still developing? You're still developing at 26 and 0? Maybe what they're saying about you might be right. But hey, what do I know? Got him. All right. Let's go back over here now, man. Let's go back over here. I gave it a little time to soak in, man. Let's revisit the Ryan situation now. Ryan said that his promoter and them are against him. I just read Oscar's statement. Does it sound like Ryan is bugging? Does it sound like Ryan Garcia is bugging? Does it? Look what Oscar just said. Let's pull it up. Oscar said, I have to say that I am really concerned about Ryan Garcia's state of mind. His history of mental instability, which he's documented himself. You see how he did that? Yo, these guys are smart, bro. These guys are smart. Did you see how he worded that? Did you see how, I'll get to that. So I'm going to put your comment up there. That's a good one. Did you see how he worded that? Did you see how Oscar worded that? Mental stability, which he has documented himself. You see how he flipped it? That's what these guys do, man. They're smart, man. You guys be killing Oscar. Oscar's not as dumb as you think. He flipped it, right? Ryan went up there and said, now he switched it around. Because Ryan had us believing. That's why I reported on this. That's why I checked off my talking points on this. Ryan went up there and put it on them like they're not for him. He basically, what Ryan did, right? And I remember covering this press conference, being there when Adrian Broner at the Barclays Center, right? I was there, right? But I wasn't doing how I'm doing now because one thing about media, this isn't really my cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea now because I'm in a great place. Shanewz Boxing, Media Marketing Consulting Services, 3%, right? But I remember being at the Adrian Broner Vargas presser and Leonard Ellaby, and they pretty much did the same thing, but AB went off on them and was like, you ain't with me. You with him. So shut that soft shit up. Y'all remember that? That was at the Barclays Center. Ryan Garcia did the same type of deal, right? But the difference is Ryan wasn't as aggressive. He didn't curse. Whereas AB was cursing, he was extra aggressive. He told him shut that soft shit up. And the media, especially at that time, 'cause that's when the PBC was heavy. They just ate that up. They ran with that. But look how Oscar just flipped the script, right? That's what he just did, right? Ryan was attempting to expose them for being against him, right? Well, she might be accurate. Like I said, I'm not going. I know this game is a fucked up game, man. But look how Oscar and them not only flipped it, because I'm closing out now, guys. I'm getting on my hour, but I'm tying this up. This is how I started off, so this is how I'm tying it down. Oscar flipped the script, and you see how he flipped the script, and all CEOs and honchos and guys that are at the top know how to do this very well. Ryan put it out there that they are not for him, that they are against him. And look how Oscar flipped it and turned it around with this one tweet and statement stating that I am really, look, this is his words, really concerned about Ryan's state of mind, considering his history of mental instability. So now he took the light off of him being a backstabber, right? Because that's what Ryan made it seem like. They were backstabber. They're going against him. They're with the opponent. They want him to lose. His history of mental instability, which he's documented himself. His current erotic behavior shows he's clearly not focused on Saturday's fight. You won't take my calls, Ryan. I hope you're okay. Man, he killed it right there. He killed it. He killed it. So I'm just, eager to see how this plays out. This will definitely be something else to speak on. That's why I'm not going to go too in depth. But you see it. Hopefully you guys dug my sauce tonight. This was episode 2 at the location. Hopefully, I'm giving you guys what you want, right? This is what you guys want. You unofficial boxing fans, right? You see, I didn't call you weirdos or nothing. This is what you want, right? You want a more professional look, right? This is a professional look. And not only is it a professional look, I came on here with due diligence notes and actual insight from people involved. Yes, involved in the game. Not he say, she say shit. And the he say, she say shit is the shit that y'all he say, she say. From Twitter, Michael Benson. But hey, what do I know? That is correct, Tobe. Look, and I stand on that, Tobe. You see, I read my books all the time. Start and grow your own consulting business from zero. I believe I did that. 2 of the original fighters, right? Current fighters, right? But the original fighters, when guys were laughing at me, are pretty much 2 of the hottest in the game right now, right? And I'm very proud to say that I did that, Tobe, right? Look. I did that. The content is out there right now. The content is out there, right? These guys right here. Look, a lot of people laughed at me about my views and all the the goofy stuff. But if you look at the real views, right? If you look at the real views of the Shanewz boxing firm. The Shanewz boxing firm, this guy right here, I'm not going to play. Well, I can play though. This is my video, right? I can play this.
WBA ranked middleweight Francisco Verno. But studies have shown that when Top Rank posts Jihad Tucker on their Instagram IG page, his videos often go viral. A lot of fans are digging as he refers to himself, the slime. Jihad has had many viral videos with Akeem Black as well as Nico Sklavecki. So maybe December 9th, we will get another viral moment from Tucker, aka this slime.
Mm, right on. Right on. Right. You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. God damn it. you. Yeah. You better ask somebody. When they talk about my views and shit, man. You better ask somebody. Last time I checked, Jihad Tucker's The Source Experience, the news by Shanewz, right? And the next one I was telling y'all about, right? The next one, especially the one coming up next, Molly Tucker, his trajectory is even higher. His trajectory is even higher. And you guys always talked about my views and all the wrong things about me, you know? It's like the other goofy nigga I mentioned earlier that called me a fuck ass. But my stats are, you know, my stats are through the roof, man. You know, Jihad, if you watch that video, since we're speaking about views, when Top Rank posts Jihad, 600 something views. 600, right? Nikolai Skavecki, over 500,000, right? Then the Akeem Black, like 2 and some change. Then you look at some of the other guys over there. I'm not gonna throw no names out there, but shout out to my research team. Jihad is, higher than a lot of these guys. Since we're talking about views, man. And listen, I know a lot of you guys been, reaching out. I got stuff drawn up, man. We got stuff drawn up, man. You guys want the work, but you have to sign on the dotted line. It is what it is. Look, it's a business here. This is a business, man. Don't you guys you fell victim listening to a whole bunch of guys that probably wish they was doing some of the things I was doing, wanted to be some of the things that I'm becoming, probably even wanted to be media at one point, but didn't believe in nothing that I was doing or nothing that I talked on or spoke on. But now that it's all unfolding in front of them, they just can't come to terms with it. But hey, it is what it is. Like Coach Ream would say, but hey, what do I know? What do I know, man? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the source tonight. Yes, $1 Million Marley is, man, $1 Million Marley. That was his name 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Yes, $1 Million Marley is going to get the benefits from Jihad breaking through first. That is absolutely correct, and it already is. $1 Million Marley. Matter of fact, look, let me see. Hopefully there's no music on it. But yeah, just check out my short. I posted the short. We are already talking. Let the bidding war start, man. Let the bidding war start. And see, the one thing that, like you said, Jihad, and I want to say shout out to all of the father-son combinations, because I watched my brother do it with his older son. Now I'm watching him do it with his second son. And I just love the fact that he believed in me, right? Because that's what it takes, right? It takes people to believe in you and see your vision. He believed in me, right? When a lot of people talked about me, a lot of people, they talked about me, right? And he believed in me. And look where we are at today. December 9th, we are fighting the number 5 guy in the world. 11 fights in. We're fighting the number 5 middleweights, not junior middleweight in the world, at junior middleweight. And like I said, Jihad's trajectory is through the roof. We got guys that sit in the dark. They whisper about us, right? They want to fight us, but they don't want to fight us. Because just like I said in that short, You know, when the time is right, we are going to mop the floor with you, and that will be your final days with Top Rank. Trust and believe that. But yes, that is all going to happen when the time is right. I appreciate everybody that is in here that came through. Please share the content. You see how we are moving and grooving in the new setup. You know, I'm over my hour a little bit, but they don't mind because I'm professional. Oh my God. Look at Tiana, man. Tiana just posted hold on, let me see. So you might like this. Let me see. I don't know if I see it on this feed. I don't know if I'll be able to get it on this feed. Tiana Tuma just posted a goddamn like a she posted a bathing suit spread. Let's see if I can pull it up.
I know you would enjoy it, Tobe. Tobe loves him some Tiana. Let's see. I'm gonna try to pull it up, Tobe. Oh man, you see, I'm gonna go for like an hour in here. The air is like so dry. Trying to pull it out for you, Tobe. It came up on my other feed. If I get it up, Tobe, you're gonna have a field day. It's taking forever. Yes, there she goes. Oh, look. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let me find out, right? They know I went over my hour a little bit, and they're trying to mess with my frequency. Right? They're trying to, they're not messing with it. I think I got too many windows open. I think that's what it could be too. I might have too many windows open. You know, it tends to do that too. Right? When you have a lot of windows open, I noticed that. Look, Toe. This is just for you, Toe. This is just for you, Toe. This was she just posted on IG. Look, this was she just posted on IG, Toe. This is for you. She just posted these. I'm trying to run through them for you, look. Let's see if it lets me run through them. Nah, why? I don't know why it won't let me swipe through them on my phone. Oh yeah, here you go, right here, Tobe. I see it. Look, Tobe. Hey, this for you, Tobe. I'm closing the show out for you. That's for you, Tobe. Just for you. Look at Steven Nelson. Look at Steven Nelson in the comments, man. Look at Steven Nelson in the comments, man. You see Steven Nelson in the comments over there? You see Steven Nelson in the comments? Look, these guys is all in the comments, right? Right? Yeah, these guys is all in the comments, right? And they tell me, right? Remember, look, they told me I was Beetlejuice, I'm ugly, and all that. I'm told, right? I just go like this.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuma. I'm a Top Rank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
you want to achieve that glassy glow, that soothing hydration, and
He said I gotta get her IG. Yeah, she's good people's, man. She's good people's, man. Solid. A1. She's A1, man. Real official, yo. Know what I mean? Not like she's like she's down to earth, man. Everyday people's. You know, everyday people's, man. But shout out to her. You know, shout out to all of the lovely ladies, right? You know, she loves her some Coach Reed.
The news by Shanewz. This
every
is
time
a
she sees it,
sausage
she asks
news.
me
But
about
hey,
Reed.
what do I know?
She asks us about my daughters.
Yes, this is Source Talk Show.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Twin with Laura. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.